Will you please put your hands together for Kristen Howard, y'all?
Well, hello. It's true, I am one of the instructors of this class. I've been with ASAP a long time, and I do love to give back to my veteran community, but mostly I have to thank ASAP for giving me an excuse to leave my house every week. I have 4 children, and I don't clap for that. I realize it's one away from you wondering what religion I am. And I am an immigrant to this fine country of yours. Thank you for having me. I'm not an immigrant from anywhere exotic like Italy or Arkansas. I came here from Canada because I fell in love with a sailor. Aww. And I also fell in love with TRICARE. Because you know we didn't marry for love. I'm so glad. Do you like the date night I had for us tonight? But you know what? Comedy show that starts at like 5 o'clock, is that not the best thing ever? Little matinee comedy show. I love it. It means that we can still get home before bedtime and sit in the driveway until we know the sitter put the kids to bed. We actually are in this really sweet spot in our lives where we don't pay for school because our oldest is 15 and our youngest is 6, so they're all in public school. So we do not pay for school right now. And we also don't have to pay for a babysitter because our oldest is 15. And like sort of responsible enough that we feel comfortable leaving the other children with him. Because quite frankly, we have spares, so we can make that nice. It's true. Our oldest, he's fun. 15's a fun age because they get all the humor, but they don't know if they're supposed to laugh about it, right? Like, so I'll make like a "that's what she said" joke or something, and he's just like, he spends a lot of time in the bathroom though. Oh my God. And so much so that we've started calling our upstairs bathroom the Goo Shack. We don't use that bathroom anymore. He has his own private suite. Not that there's any time that anybody else could use it anyway. He's funny. He's got a really good sarcastic sense of humor. And he really wanted a dog. And he kept bugging us for one, and my husband was sort of like, eh. And I was like, nope. Eventually I had to be honest with him, and I was like, yo man, I don't like dogs, and I can't imagine myself living with one. And he looked me straight in the eyes, and he said, but Mom, you don't like kids either. So, now I have a dog, because that's how parenting works. You know what's weird? People come to me for parenting advice, and like, I heard a chuckle there, like what? It is weird, but not funny. It's like, people think that because I have a lot of kids, it means I'm like good with parenting, like, if you have a lot of debt, you should come to me for, like, I have a lot of debt, so you should come to me for money advice. It's not true. I will give you some parenting advice, though, because the best type of advice is unsolicited parenting advice. And my kids are well behaved, and so people do ask me how I get my kids to behave well. And I'm like, you know what the trick is? Your kids don't have to be good. They just have to be good in public. Right? So they say please and thank you, they wait their turn. You're a rock star parent, just like Instagram says you are, right? But here's my trick for that, is every once in a while, I go up to one of them and I whisper in their ear, hey, I really appreciate your good behavior. You're my favorite. And then they have to live up to this enormous pressure of being my favorite. Because that is proof. My children are proof that emotional blackmail works. And, but we all know that that's not true. I don't play favorites with my children. How could I? I dislike each of them equally. So, I will leave you with one little TRICARE story because I didn't marry for love. I have been feeling really tired lately, and that's more than just mom of four tired. So I went to the doctor, and because I am a beneficiary of TRICARE, I went to a dude that I'd never seen before in my life, and he was very young, really young. For the purposes of this story, we'll call him Dr. Hauser. And Dr. Hauser was looking at my chart, and he's like, so, Mrs. Howard, what are your symptoms? I'm like, I'm tired. I yawn a lot, sleepy, fall asleep. He's like, oh, okay. And what's your sleep hygiene like? Clean? Hygienic? I don't know. That's fancy doctor talk for what your sleep habits are like. And mine are not good. So then this is kind of my first indication that him and I weren't on the same page. He asked me if I consume caffeinated beverages. Yes. Like it's my religion. But then he told me that I should cut back on the caffeine. I'm like, I'm not a teen prodigy doctor or anything, but that doesn't sound right. But then, this is how I knew that Doogie was a quack. He asked me if I bring electronics into the bedroom. Excuse me, doctor. That's a secret between me and my husband and Amazon Prime. He meant TVs and phones and stuff, so that was kind of awkward. Well, awkward for him, not for me. I have 4 kids and whatever. So I skipped out of there with a prescription for sleeping pills, and Doogie told me to come back before they ran out. So I was back the next week. And you know what? I had never slept better. I had a spring in my step. I was basically skipping in there. And he's looking at my chart and he's like, Mrs. Howard, with his cute little furrowed brow. Mrs. Howard, how are you feeling? I'm like, fantastic. And it was true. I felt great. He's like, really? Because somebody taking 4 times the amount of sleeping pills should not be feeling good. I'm like, 4 times? No. I gave each one of the kids one at bedtime. Never slept better. Way